Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Town of Barnstable's formal site plan review. Today's date is October 17th, 2024. My name is Brian Florence, and I'll be chair for this meeting. You may notice that this meeting is being recorded. Be advised, this is not a public hearing, and the recording is being made for minute-taking purposes only. Actually, strike that. We will retain this one for use by the public at a later date if they wish to look at it. The purpose of site plan review is to ensure that the site plan for a proposed development is in compliance with local, state, and federal regulations for a project is submitted for permitting. This brings all the town's regulatory agencies together in one place, so you don't have to go from department to department to try to understand what's required for permitting. While we may, as a courtesy, provide insight into what regulations apply to your project during the permitting process, it should not be construed to be an approval of activities regulated elsewhere, such as the building code or licensing. So this is not a building permit. This is not a licensing approval. This is just site plan review. The way our process works is we'll read your case into the record. As the applicant, you have an opportunity to give a brief presentation. From there, we'll bring it back to staff for questions and comments. Hopefully, if you could keep your microphones muted until it's time to speak. And if you do speak, we ask that you state your name for the record. You need to share your plans. We've made arrangements for you to do that. If you don't know how to use screen share, just let us know. One of us will assist you with it. If you're going to share your screen, just let me know ahead of time so it doesn't disrupt the flow of the meeting. And Maggie will be taking notes of these proceedings and will be able to provide you with any of our comments and outstanding issues. All right, that takes care of housekeeping. And Maggie, if you'd like to read our case into the record.
Our first case today is site plan review 23-88 for Richard Sunderland, represented by attorney David Lawler. The address is 970 Main Street, West Barnstable, map parcel 156026. The zoning is the West Barnstable Village Business District, as well as the AP overlay and Old Kings Highway. The applicant is proposing to maximize parking at a pre-existing non-conforming auto body repair shop. No engine repair or auto sales are being proposed. This application has been continued from 10/31/2023 and 9/24/2024 informal site plan review meetings. This is a discussion for possible permitting path.
Thank you. Mr. Lawler.
Good morning, everyone. I want to be very quick. This has been discussed at length, even more so than the two informal meetings. As you all know, this is a pre-existing non-conforming situation. The major issue here will be seeking clarification as far as parking hours with the Zoning Board of Appeals, because there had been a previous ZBA hearing regarding a violation, and this is to conform with the pre-existing non-conforming use and kind of codify it. I'm not going to go into any further detail. If you have questions, I'm more than happy to do it. I don't think it's necessary to go over the plan. If you want me to, I will. But this has happened. I don't know how many meetings, so I would just ask that the site plan review it and go from there.
I think because this is recorded and intended for the public to view, that we'll take a quick look at the plan.
Okay, yeah, I'm more than happy to do it whatever you wish.
Yeah, we just need to. This is set up for the public, so if you wouldn't mind,
Maggie, pull the plan up, please.
Maggie or Anna, do you have the ability to do that?
Sure. Would you like me to do it?
That'd be great. Thank you, Anna.
All right, give me just 1 second. Hold.
Anna, I didn't have screen share up. Sorry about that. Well, we know what you have on your agenda today in OpenGov, Anna. There we
There
go.
we go.
All right, again, Mr. Lawler, it doesn't have to be a
No,
exhaustive
so,
description. Just go briefly over what you're looking at.
sorry to interrupt you. So, with respect to this particular plan, the history of this lot is that it has been utilized for many decades as an auto body repair shop, and we're continuing to use that non-conforming use. Certainly, 80s, 90s, and portions of 2000s, and we would contend thereafter, the lot would contain as many as 50, 60 cars at any given time. The use did lessen a little bit in recent years, and again, that's what necessitated us coming back here to codify the pre-existing non-conforming use. What we're proposing here is a series of parking spaces for the vehicles to be repaired. The problem with the nature of this business is that when you get a vehicle in that's been damaged mostly in an automobile accident, there's a time period to get parts to deal with the insurance company, and the business model requires that a certain number of cars be on site. It doesn't, you just don't get a car in on a Monday, fix it on a Tuesday, and have it leave on a Wednesday. These take time. So we have gone through the process, delineated 35 parking spaces in the area as shown here, worked with conservation, added some front street trees and a few other things. But the major issue here is that we do need zoning relief. And if we're fortunate enough to get passed today, we will be filing a request before the Zoning Board of Appeals to codify the pre-existing non-conforming use. I think that technically would be asking to expand it, though I have a little issue with the fact that it's being expanded. It would be to codify it as the real issue. I think that sums up what we have going on.
Nicely done, thank you. You can drop the screen share, Anna. All right, again, folks, you may recall from informal site plan review, we had because of a previous tenant, there were some issues over there. So we had started enforcement action, and it went to the zoning board of appeals. The zoning board of appeals were empathetic to the fact that the use was a pre-existing non-conforming use. They were just trying to understand from the applicant the hours of operation and things like that. So that's what this is all about. It's try to get this before zoning board of appeals, as Mr. Lawler said, to codify some details about the hours and the operations. So with that, I'll bring it back to staff. Maggie, have you received any correspondence on this matter?
Have not, I know.
Thank you. Planning and development.
Morning, everybody. This is Anna from Planning, and as already discussed, the applicant will need to go to Zoning Board of Appeals. I believe it's an expansion of a pre-existing non-conforming use, but that can be discussed later.
Great, thank you. Engineering, please.
Roble, DPW Engineering. We do not have any comment on this one.
Thank you. Public health.
Thank you, Brian. David Stanton with Health. The only comment we is if there's outdoor refuse storage, it'll need to be screened from public view, and that's all.
Thank
We
you.
understand that. Thank you.
Building division.
And thank you, Jeff Carter, Building Division. The only comment that we would have is that if there's any new business signage, it would be it requires a building permit through the building, a sign permit through the Building Division. That's all.
Great, thank you. Does anybody see any reason why this cannot move forward to permitting? Seeing none, I'd find the matter is approvable for site plan review and able to proceed with permitting. Thank you, Mr. Lawler.
Thank you. I'm actually here on the next one as well.
Okay. Maggie, if you'd like to read the next case.
Yep. You guys are moving fast today.
Beautiful day, Maggie. We got to get you out there.
That's right. So the next item is also an agenda item without public comment for site plan review 24-72 For Nantucket Stone, represented by Vincent Peasy and attorney David Lawler, 155 Rosary Lane in Hyannis, map parcel 345024. The zoning is B for business and the WP overlay. The proposal is for the shop area to be used to fabricate stone/quartz counters. There will be a working showroom that will display the products. They will sell cabinets and counters as well. Cabinets are ordered from a third party, so no wood manufacturing will occur on site. Additional information regarding machinery and the water recycling system has been provided on OpenGov.
Thank you, Maggie. Mr. Lawler.
Good morning. I represent Vincent in this matter. I think this is a relatively a simple matter with respect to site plan. It's been determined by the powers that be that some of the work that is being proposed there would constitute manufacturing, and under the particular zoning ordinance, that is a conditional use and requires a conditional use permit before the Zoning Board of Appeals. Thus, we would need relief before that board. If we are fortunate enough to obtain approval here today, I will be filing a conditional use permit with the ZBA and seeking to have Mr. Peasy up and running in his fine business.
Fantastic. Thank you. I'll bring it back to staff. Maggie, have you received any correspondence on this matter?
I have not received a thank you.
Thank you. Planning and Development.
Good morning again, everybody. This is Anna from Planning, and as already mentioned, the applicant will need a conditional use special permit for manufacturing from the ZBA. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Engineering, DPW.
Matt Roble, DPW Engineering. Our questions from informal site plan review were cleared up during that meeting related to exterior improvements. The applicant confirmed the fact that they are not proposing any as part of this project, and that also disposal of wastes associated with the cutting process will be done off-site. So we have no comments on this matter.
Thank you. Hyannis Fire.
Good morning, Brian. Captain Tim Lamb, Hyannis Fire Prevention. We have no new comments in this as well, but just for the record, we're going to require a pre-opening safety inspection to verify emergency contacts, proper fire extinguishers in the building, as well as any exit signage or emergency lighting that may be required under the building code. Thank you.
Thank you. Public Health.
Thank you, Brian. David Stanton with Health. Any hazardous materials will need to be registered with the Health Division. And the entire property, the whole building, is limited to a total of 17 employees, including any of the other businesses. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Building Division.
Thank you, Jeff Carter, Building Division. Just a couple of notes from the informal meeting. A building permit is going to be necessary for a change of use. 2015 existing building code analysis may be required as part of that application, and any signage, business signage, will require a sign permit through the Building Division. That's all for us, Brian. Thank you.
Thank you. Either Mr. Lawler or Mr. Peasy, I was a little unclear then. Mr. Roble just indicated that the cutting and manufacturing part is off-site. Can somebody help me understand what's going on?
That was a little bit of confusion, I think, with the way that I phrased that, Brian. I had originally, during informal site plan review, asked them if they would be needing to dispose of water periodically from the cutting process, and what would happen to the cutting, I guess, refuse type material just from actually manufacturing the countertops, if there was basically going to be any disposal of that done on site. They confirmed that for me during informal that was not going to be the case, and that there would be a company that would come and pick that stuff up.
Okay. So still, would one of you gentlemen just kind of tell me how your process, or if this doesn't need to go to the zoning board, I'm not going to send you. But can you tell me how this works? When
Vincent, could you jump in on that?
Yes, sir. So it's basically a closed loop water system. Oh, my apologies. I'm Vincent Busy, Nantucket Stone. It's a closed loop water system on a bridge saw. It's any remnants or dust particles or anything that comes off that system is collected and then disposed of. So I don't really think there's too much more involved there.
But it's there on
Right.
site. That
Yeah, I mean,
process
there is
takes
some
place.
cutting. I'm not sure it is. Is it
All right.
manufacturing? I mean,
Okay. Yeah, no, yeah, if it's done on site with a whatever CNC machine and that's the sort of thing it's manufacturing. And the area of the floor area that's being used is more dedicated to the processing of the stone than it is to showroom and things. So yeah, we'll send you guys to the zoning board. Does anybody see any reason why this matter can't proceed to permitting? Seeing none, I'd find this matter is approved and able to proceed to permitting. Thank you.